Hola, buenas. I am unbelievably excited to bring to you this new series and adventure to Italy, Amalfi Coast. Specifically, in this video, we begin our journey in Sorrento. We spent 2 days here, which I have compiled into 1 day in this footage. Without any further ado, let's get started. Empecemos. Here we are in Piazza Torquato, right in the heart of Sorrento. I had a lovely walk around aimlessly and stumbled across some beautiful locations. It is very much an early start for me today. I want to make the most of this Italy trip and I want to take you guys on the adventure with me. There are plenty of shops selling all kinds of lemon products. And look at these slushy drinks. They sold lemon, melon, mint, and so many other varieties you can choose from, with and without alcohol. And the pistachio ice cream, oh my God, it's to die for. Honestly, it's always been my favorite and there is no better in the world, in my opinion. And of course, my first meal had to be a traditional margherita pizza and a non-alcoholic Peroni on the side. I also got a rude awakening about the tipping culture in this part of the world. Now, in my experience, tipping is not mandatory, nor is it assumed in Italy. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But on multiple occasions on this trip, I experienced very rude staff about this topic. I believe it's due to the environment we were in. Anywhere you go in Amalfi Coast is surrounded by tourists. I guess the locals are trying to capitalize on this by forcing this into the local culture. We relaxed in the afternoon and went to a beautiful restaurant called O Parrocchiano for dinner. The food was good, but more impressive was the environment. It was so green and beautiful. The decorations were magnificent. On our second day, we went to Capri, and in the evening, we went to another beautiful sky bar in Sorrento, which is owned by the Mediterraneo Hotel. We're keeping this video to Sorrento, and I don't want to give too much away for our next video, but just to say, Capri is one of the most beautiful places I have ever visited, and I'm so excited to showcase this to you next week. Stay tuned for that. We have some incredible places coming up over the next few weeks, so make sure you are subscribed. Don't forget to hit that like button and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Hola, buenas. Today we're in Capri. We're going to be exploring this island today. Empecemos. So the boat we just took went from Sorrento to here in Capri. It didn't take that long, maybe like 15-20 minutes or so. I'm quite excited to see what is in store for us today. So I haven't actually mentioned it yet, but Madrid is actually a lot hotter than here. However, the humidity here is through the roof. It's unbelievable, honestly. As I'm walking around, I am just dripping with sweat. It is beautiful here. It's really, really nice. I think this might come in use later. I'm going to remember that it's here. Okay, so at this time, things got a little bit stressful as we attempted to price up the most affordable but best private boat trips around the island. We settled on 300 euros, which was 60 euros each per person. There was 5 of us in total. The private boat tour takes around 2 hours and goes around the island looking at multiple points of interest, including but not limited to the Blue Grotto, the Punta Carena Lighthouse, and Coral Coral Grotto. These three rocks are known as Faraglioni and are famous for their natural beauty, for being a symbol of Capri, a geographical interest due to erosion over thousands of years, and mentions in Roman literature for their historical and mythological significance. They also feature in the Dolce & Gabbana advertisement for their aftershave and perfume line called Light Blue. This next cave is known as the Coral Grotto. As you can see, this grotto has pink rocks. The reason they are pink are for multiple reasons. For example, because of algae, microorganisms, mineral deposits, and because of the light conditions inside the grotto. After our private boat tour, we took a walk up to Anacapri, which is the town above. There are approximately 800 steps, and this walk isn't for the faint-hearted, especially in the height of summer. Can you imagine living in one of these beautiful homes halfway up to the town? You'd have to be mega fit.
This is an intense walk, but the views are incredible. And as we get higher, the views are getting even more picturesque. And we have finally made it to the top. We're gonna go find somewhere to get a drink.
A mint slushy is exactly what I needed in this heat.
So we are now in this garden. It's absolutely beautiful. It's only €1 to get in, so it's super cheap. There was a little bit of a queue, but yeah, we're just entering now, so let's have a little walk around and see what we can find. Also, just finishing off my mint drink now, so cheers. So this garden is very small, but it is incredibly beautiful. And of course, the views from here are next to none. So it's definitely worth it. I mean, like I say, there's a bit of a queue downstairs, but that's fine. But it's only €1 to enter, so.
We stopped off for a wonderful lunch at a restaurant called Le Camarelle. The food was unreal, and we definitely needed something before heading back to catch our boat, in addition to the walk back down.
So I went into a shop just before and I saw that they were selling Nike shoes. And I thought, oh, Nike shoes, I'll go and have a look. Let's see what they've got. And the cheapest pair I could find was €600. €600. Mental. Now I can understand why, you know, the shops around there are all kind of designer shops and that. When I think of Nike, I think of affordable, but also quality, you know? I mean, I'm wearing a pair of Nikes right now. I don't know if you can see that. These ones, no more than €60. So we initially walked up these stairs. I don't feel as though the trip would be complete if we didn't walk back down them. However, you can get a tram. It's a lot more difficult to walk on the way up than it is to go down. You can walk at a much slower pace, that's for sure. I'm still sweating, I'm still very warm, but nowhere near as bad as it was before. And that concludes today's video. We're going to be getting on a boat back to Sorrento now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We still have a bunch of videos to go on our wonderful Italy adventures, and I don't want you to miss any of them. Next week, we are visiting Amalfi, the town, Minori, which is truly an absolute gem in my opinion, and I had the pleasure of staying there on my family holiday. And finally, potentially my favorite place on the Amalfi coast, Ravello, which is an absolute mission to get to, but well worth the journey. That's enough for now. Until next week, leave a like and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.
Hola, buenas, and here we are in Amalfi. The interesting thing is we're actually staying about an hour away from here, so we've had to get a bus down, and the plan is to go from Amalfi across to Minori, which is, from what I've heard, very, very close from here. It's incredibly busy at the moment. I'm going to show you the direction we plan to go. I just flip the camera around now.
Our first point of call was a bite to eat here in a restaurant called Giardiniello in the heart of Minori. And of course, I had a pizza.
And we have finally made it to Minori. This is a special place for me because I came here maybe 13 years ago or so with my family. It's nice to be back. I'm just going to take a quick walk down to the water. This place is actually really small, so you can get around it in one day, but I'd highly recommend you check this place out. It's just really nice. It's got a lot of charm to it. So, yeah.
I could feel it in my bones.
So as you can see, the beach area is very small here, but actually that's what gives it its charm. It's really beautiful. And you can see, look, there's like hotel spaces here too, which look right out to sea. So I think the plan now is to walk from here and go all the way up, and we're going to go up to Ravello, which is a town that's in the mountains. Super beautiful. It's a really nice walk. I might be incredibly sweaty when I get to the top, but it will be worth it, and you guys can see exactly what I mean. This bar to my left, I spent a lot of time here with my parents and my sister. Some good family time and some good memories there too. Okay, so my friends and I made an agreement. As I say, I stayed here previously, and so what I intend to do is to walk up to where I was staying before, just to see it again, you know, and feel a little bit nostalgic. But they want to walk up to Ravello right now, and that cuts through here to the left. I need to figure out how to get up there in a minute, but I'm going to do it on my own because I want to walk up here and check out where I was staying. This is so beautiful around here. It's exactly how I remember it. Okay, so I've had my little trip down memory lane, and I gave my mum a quick video call as well so that she could see it and remember it. Now it's time to try and catch up with my friends wherever they have gone. Just for reference, on Google Maps it says it's 38 minutes from where we are now to get to Ravello. I have found a stairway that cuts through, so I'm just walking up it now. It's quite steep. In fact, no, it's very steep. The views are worth it though. So, true story, my sister and I walked up this when we were kids. I can remember it being tough. We can do this. I've got 2 bottles of water on me. Here's one of them here. One of them is mine, one is my friend's, and I thought I'd just fill them up quickly while we're here, but there seems to be a tap on the way up, so if you need water, here you go. I was optimistic that I would catch up with my friends. I don't think that's going to happen. I'll meet them at the top. Oh wow, the view from up here is incredible. Look at this. We're not even at the top yet. Oh, don't make me do it. There was a moment before when my friend said to me, "That can't be Ravello all the way at the top, is it?" And I went, "Nah, that's way too high." I think it was. I think it was. I'm going to turn the camera around. So I managed to catch up with the guys, but I'm very, very warm now, so I need to take my time as we finish this journey. There was a gentleman that went past us and he said, you've got about 20 minutes left of walking, so yeah, definitely pacing myself. So the gentleman we spoke to before said to us, if you go left, it's the slightly easier route. If you go right, it's the harder route. And as a group decision, we decided to go left. And with that, I couldn't agree more. Do you know what? I am actually starting to notice a temperature difference. I wouldn't say it's cold up here, of course. I mean, we're not that far up, but the air certainly feels a little bit cooler than how brutal it is down the bottom there. The Amalfi coast has always been one of my favorite places in the world. But with views like this, you really can understand why, right? Look at it. It's like a picture. It seems we've come to a rather beautiful crossroads. We've got this route here or this route here. I don't know which one to take. I think I'm going to try this one. Yeah, I'm going to try this one. We have finally made it to Ravello. Ravello starts here, over here, and it goes all the way along down that way. Honestly, I've never been so happy to be at the top. I think I'm incredibly unfit compared to how I was when I was maybe 18 years old. But that's fine, we got there in the end.
I got a pistachio and dark chocolate ice cream. It was so good. Someone got married, congratulations to the happy couple. If I ever get married, I can't think of a more scenic place for such an occasion. This is where my mum said she'd like to see me get married. You'll have to do a little bit more waiting, mum, I'm sorry.
So I've made my way up to a garden. All my friends said they did not want to spend 10 euros to enter, but I thought, you know, this would be really good for you guys to see this. Also, I really like gardens, I like green spaces, so I think as part of this YouTube channel, it would make complete sense to show you guys around. We saw a bit earlier that someone was coming out of the church and just got married. This is actually where they've ended up, which is a beautiful venue, I think. Very, very nice. There was actually a place I wanted to show you guys before, but unfortunately they had the gates closed. And I think the reason why is because they have the wedding venue going on. But the really cool thing is I can actually see a little bit into that area from here. So I feel like paying that 10 euros was worth it just to see that little glimpse of what I saw when I first came here like 13 years ago. It's super beautiful, really beautiful place to be. So while I'm away from everyone and there's not too much busyness going on around me, just to let you know that today has been a lot of traveling for us. We started our day in Sorrento. We're actually staying in a town that's way up into the mountains. So in order for us to get to Ravello, we have to go from this town down to Amalfi, the town, which takes about 50 minutes. And then from there, we had to take a bus over to Minori. And then from Minori, going all the way up those stairs until we finally make it to Ravello. Now, the interesting thing about Ravello is that you can't actually take a car around there. So you have to walk everywhere. So even though these are incredibly beautiful places, just expect that you're going to be walking a lot and make sure you have plenty of water for the day. The sun is starting to set a little bit now, so I need to be quick. So I wasn't really expecting this, but there seems to be a really nice little bar down here as well. I'm not going to be stopping off for a drink because I know my friends are waiting for me. But if you are ever visiting here and you do enter this beautiful garden, I would recommend you come down and take in the views. So one thing to note that doesn't translate across on camera is that when we were walking up from Minori up to Ravello, I have managed to obtain many mosquito bites on my legs. And so my legs are itching quite a lot right now. So just be mindful of that. I didn't put any anti-repellent on, but you should probably think about doing something like that if you decide to do that walk. I hope you are enjoying this slight change of content from myself. I know normally I do Madrid, but it is quite nice to change the scenery a little bit and to share a trip that is very special to me. I'm not sure how much more there is to see here, but what I will say is that it's starting to get a little bit darker. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I need to be careful because I need to still find my friends. And as I say, in Ravello, you can't just jump on a bus or in a cab or something. I need to be able to walk through and find where they are. I really did not think I'd be doing any more stairs today. Check this out. So with this, I'm kind of going with the flow, but I just bumped into a couple there who said, they showed me on the map, this is what we're looking for. And I said, I have no idea where that is. And the reason why is because you're supposed to follow a pattern, I suppose, like go here, then go here, then go here. But I really just wanted to kind of have a walk around and enjoy the environment. You know, it's so beautiful here. I don't think you necessarily need to see all the statues, unless that's what you want to do, but the map they give you is actually free. So if you wanted to do that, you can. But yeah, I'm here on my own. And all I want to do is do a recording for you guys and see what we can find. I'm gonna walk this way now. So on 3 different occasions today, I've had people come up to me and say, oh, you're a YouTuber, and said they can subscribe to me. So if you guys are watching this, I just want to say thank you so much. And yeah, I really appreciate the support. And hopefully you enjoy these videos and they start to improve over time. Okay, so I've just checked and it seems as though I have seen the full garden, which is fantastic. My friends have just messaged me and said, David, you need to hurry up. We don't want to miss the last bus. So it seems I stayed in that garden a little bit too long because it started to get a little bit dark now. But not only that, there's no tourists around now. It is beautiful though, look at that. I need to hurry up.
I finally did make it back to my friends. I think they would like you to know that they waited for me, which led on one of the most adventurous evenings I have ever had. We missed the bus and we decided as a group we would walk down, but this time not to Minori, but one of the cliffside roads, hugging the scenic hills connecting the stretch of the Amalfi coast. After waiting for the bus for 15 minutes, we assumed the bus would not come and we had a connecting last bus of the evening to take at Amalfi town in order to get home. By this point it was dark and we couldn't wait any longer. So we decided to walk in single file along the winding road towards Amalfi town. Needless to say, the cars couldn't see us, there was no pedestrian path, and this was a terrifying experience. About halfway through this walk, the bus decided to turn up. The bus did indeed stop for us. It was nearly completely full. In this moment, I started to walk towards the bus, but not before an impatient party of motorbikes shot past the bus, and as everyone screamed, "Stop!" I froze in my tracks. I didn't move a muscle as one of the bikers missed me by no more than a few centimeters. I could feel my heart pounding, but I was alive and very grateful because the situation could have been a lot worse. We made it to our connecting bus, and that evening I had a meal fit for a king. Another pizza, but this time with a caprese salad. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one where we will be heading to Positano. Have a great day. Thanks. Hola buenas! In today's adventure, we will be checking out Positano. We got a private car from Amalfi town to the top of Positano. However, you can also take a boat from Amalfi town to get to Positano, which is what we intended to do at the end of this day.
So we took the bus and it took us to this road here, and we are now in Positano. So we're going to be walking down here any minute. The views here are absolutely incredible. Look at this.
We had lunch in the Rada, in the easternmost point along the beach of Positano.
It has clouded over a little bit right now, which is fantastic. A little bit of relief from the sun. It did start raining, but only for like 5 seconds and then it stopped. Hopefully it doesn't continue. It doesn't say it will on the weather site.
Following this route around, past Covo dei Saraceni, or Den of the Saracens in English, you can actually walk to Fornillo Spiaggia, or Fornillo Beach in English.
And we are walking back over to Positano now. That's where we can get the boat in order to get back to the village, Amalfi. And then from there I have a bus to get back to where I'm staying. I will not be walking up there. Not after yesterday.
To be brutally honest, Positano is beautiful, but it is ludicrously expensive and there are way too many people there. I concluded my day with another pizza because, of course. Oh, and before I finish this video, I have some homework for you guys. Okay, don't freak out. It's nothing too serious. Go and watch Equalizer 3 in preparation for next week's video, where we will be visiting Amalfi town once more, walking from there to Adrani and visiting Agerola in the mountains. Once you've watched Equalizer 3, get ready for next week's video. It will blow your mind, or at least it blew my mind. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks.
Hola, buenas. Today we're in Amalfi. We've actually been here a couple times before, but this time I'm going to explore a little bit of the town. Behind me here I actually have the bus station. This is where we arrived in. The best way to get around, definitely don't bring a car here. It's super stressful if you do that. Just use the buses. Much easier to get to. They also do have a port here, so I believe you could get a boat over here as well. So as you can see, there's a bunch of little winding roads. It's amazing. It's beautiful, like a little labyrinth. Doesn't appear to be too many bars or restaurants up there though. So I'm going to walk back down and go to the front, which is pretty much all we've seen up to this point. I'm sure there's more to see here, but we will find out as we go. So at the point we're at now, it seems as though we're leaving the town/city. So what we're going to do is head back down.
We went to this beautiful Michelin star restaurant here in Amalfi town called Marina Grande.
Estava a viver, caminhando na vida, sempre chorando por uma nova ferida. Mas como até que de mato nasce uma flor, muitas vezes é da dor que vem o amor.
Behind us we have Amalfi, and what we have done is walked along here up to this top part. We're going to go down this way to a place called Adrani. So it's just over here. The most terrifying little walkway ever. The cars are always so close behind.
Let's just pause right there for a moment and let me explain. Last week, I said you should do some homework and watch the Equalizer 3 in preparation for this video. Did you do it? Yeah, I didn't think you would, but that's okay. Basically, the entirety of that movie is filmed in Naples and Adrani. When I recorded this video, that movie hadn't even come out yet. A few weeks after returning from this trip, The Equalizer 3 came out in cinemas, and I watched the trailer and saw that it was set in Amalfi Coast. What I didn't realize at the time was I had been to these places and they had left a big impression on me.
So as you can see, you can rent out some sunbeds on the right hand side, and on the left hand side it's just like a public beach. The plan is to have a walk around the village of Adrani, and then after we've done that, we are then going to go down to the beach.
I recognized this tunnel in the movie. These taps appear multiple times in the movie. There was one scene where a little boy drinks from the tap. I actually filled my water bottles right here in this square.
So by chance, I decided to do a search on an application that could tell me the water that's drinkable around here from the taps. As you can see from behind me, one of these taps here is drinking water, and it's actually really cold. So I would highly recommend checking this app out. It's called a Dopper.
This is not sponsored. I just liked the app and I would recommend it. This square is not only the central hub of the town, but of the movie too.
So as we mentioned before, over this way on the left, you can see they have like a private area if you want to rent out some sunbeds and some parasols. And then on the right hand side here, very close to where we are now, this is kind of just like a public beach. So I guess you can just sit there, chill out, bring your own towel and enjoy the day. And you can see there's lots of bikes here as well. So I guess the accessibility to come here is kind of difficult, right? So bringing a car isn't really an option, but you can see here you can bring a bike. What we've been doing is using the public buses, and the public buses have taken us to Amalfi, and then from Amalfi we just walked here along the road going all the way along here. But yeah, really, really beautiful. It's nice. Much smaller beach on this side though. Okay, I lied. So I've just seen there that it's actually €1 per person for the day, but that is certainly cheaper than renting the beds. And now we are heading our way back to Amalfi. It's only a short walk, so really not too bad. However, like I say, there's no paths on either side, so it's quite scary when the cars are coming around. So don't do it when it's dark. Of course, that's my recommendation. Technically, you can do it when it's dark. We did it, but certainly not again. It's not so bad right now when there's cars going past, but as soon as there's a coach or a bus, oh my God, my heart is like pounding. And you can see it's just a drop down the bottom there. So health and safety isn't high on the agenda here, it seems. You may notice here in Amalfi Coast that San Salvatore is everywhere.
San Salvatore is a medieval monastery located in Cettura along the Amalfi Coast in the east. It is architecturally beautiful, a religious heritage site, and it has a scenic location. This trip was not on our agenda, but I decided to do some further research after seeing San Salvatore everywhere in restaurants, bars, shops, and street names. And we have made it to Aggerola. We had a funny time trying to pronounce this between us. In Spanish, the G is like a H sound, which of course is not true in Italian. But also we were unsure where the stress or accent goes. Turns out it's not Aggerola or Aggerola, but Aggerola.
Down by the beach, it was a little bit too hot. We're now in Aggerola. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's 600 meters above sea level. It's a little bit cooler up here. Apparently it's very beautiful, and it's actually where we are staying.
My friend and I tried some of the local tapas at a bar close to where we were staying.
So this little town is a lot more different compared to that on the coast. It's a lot more relaxed. There's a lot more locals around as well. I've just picked up some fruit for tomorrow. I've got some bananas and some nectarines. And thankfully, the word for nectarine is exactly the same. Nettarina. So that helps. They have this hike here called Path of the Gods, and it actually starts in this little town. Of course, that's not something we can do today, but I just thought I'd have a look at the town itself. Considering how small this little town is, there seems to be a lot of people coming through. So it appears to me as though if you want to get down to the coast, you kind of have to come through this village. And it makes sense because this is the way the bus route goes as well. So when we go down to Amalfi, we actually take the bus that comes down this way. There doesn't seem to be any hidden gems this way, so I'm going to start walking back and see what we can find. I've got to be really careful because the cars are coming right behind me on the right. So yeah, I've got to be quick, this car's turning. But yeah, so we're going to head straight down, go past the little square we were at before, or piazza in Italian, plaza in Espanol. And yeah, just keep going and we'll get to the part where you can see the sea. There should be a good view from there. To be honest, I wasn't expecting much from this area. However, what I will say is it's really nice to be in a place that's a little bit more relaxed. There's no tourists around. There's a lot more Italians here. It's just a nicer atmosphere. The problem with Amalfi Coast, and it is beautiful, it's super beautiful, but it's busy. All the time it's busy. There's people around you all the time. It's brutally hot. And it does feel kind of stressful, you know? Especially when you're getting the public transport, and that seems to be the only way people seem to get around here. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of cars going past, but I can guarantee all these people are mostly locals, and it's not an easy way to get around. I certainly wouldn't want to drive these roads. Oof, too much stress. And there goes the bus that we normally take that goes all the way down to Amalfi. So we're just leaving the square that we were at before, and I was going to mention, so because I'm staying in that square, on the left-hand side here is a little pizzeria. It's called L'Angolo del Sapori, and it's fantastic. The prices are amazing compared to on the coast. Oh my God. And it's all, of course, traditional Italian food, pizza, pasta, and also the people are really nice. You can really tell this is a locals kind of place. You can see their back gardens here, look. It's beautiful, really, really nice. And there's a beautiful smell in the air, like a summer smell, you know?
I think with these views in the background, this is the perfect opportunity to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week where we will be doing a lemon tour. Have a great day. Thanks.
Hola, buenas. Today is our last day in the Amalfi Coast, and we are in Amalfi today to do a lemon tour. So it should be quite exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got here. We've actually got all our bags with us, so it's a lot of effort today. We've just walked up the hill to come up to here. We're very, very warm, but let's see how the experience is. Should be good. Empecemos. We're dealing with more hills. So we're just about to try the lemon from here. It's nice. Oh no.
As you can see, they grow the lemons on the hills, which can make space an issue. Whereas other competitors in other locations can grow on flat land and therefore mass produce in larger quantities. Here in Amalfi Coast, there is particular attention to detail. For example, they don't even pull the lemons off the trees to ensure not to damage the trees. Instead, they cut them off. Did you know that you can bind a lemon tree with the branch of another citrus fruit? In essence, you can grow other citrus fruits such as oranges on a lemon tree. This process is called grafting. I was amazed that this was possible.
So we've got fresh lemonade here. Let's give this a go. It's really nice. And now we've got some lemon cake. It's super soft, really nice. Mmm.
This gentleman is about to explain to us how to make limoncello. For those who know me, usually I'm opposed to drinking alcohol. However, on this occasion, it feels wrong not to try one shot during the tour.
So this route that we're walking now is actually the route that the women would have taken initially when they first started this lemon garden. And the reason why we call it a lemon garden and not a lemon farm is because it wasn't seen as a business initially. And also it's part of their culture. Very interesting stuff.
I am sad to say that this is all my Amalfi Coast videos for you guys. It was an absolute pleasure showcasing this incredible place to you, and I hope you have enjoyed the journey. I have some exciting news to announce, however. Our next trip takes us to somewhere even more exotic, and I honestly can't wait to show you guys. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.
And now we have some lemon cake. Stop laughing, because I have to put this on. Let's get you in the background. Mmm. That's fantastic, guys. Stop laughing. It's supposed to be a serious video. God's sake.
Indeed, indeed. Okay.